this video, we are going to learn about the different special conservation projects such as Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Project Hangul, Project Crocodile, and Project Turtle. So, several projects were launched by the MOEF to ensure the protection and conservation of some threatened mammalian species. They include the Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Project Hangul, Gir Lion Sanctuary Project, Himalayan Musk Deer Project, and the Manipur Bro Antlered Deer Project. So first, we are going to look at the Project Tiger. Project Tiger is perhaps the most successful wildlife conservation program implemented in India. There were about 40,000 tigers in India during the 1909 to 1910. This number was reduced to 2,500 by the year 1968. According to the 1972 census, the tiger population in India was only 1927. To save the tiger population from total extinction, a national scheme called Project Tiger was launched in 1973. It is a union government program implemented in cooperation with the state governments and also with the funding from World Wildlife Fund. It is now in operation over an area of nearly 38,000 square kilometers in 17 states. At present, there are 30 major tiger reserves in India. The National Tiger Conservation Authority (NTCA), the National Tiger Conservation Authority, has already accorded approval for 5 more tiger reserves, namely Pilibhit, Ratapani in MP, Sunabeda, Odisha, and Satyamangalam, Tamil Nadu. The project has been commendably successful in ensuring complete protection to the entire ecosystems, which include the habitat of tigers. As a result, the tiger population in India has now almost doubled, according to the latest census report released on 21/2050. The tiger population in India is 2226. It would probably cross 300 in 2018. Currently, there are 50 tiger reserves in India. Of this, Periyar Reserve and Parambikulam Tiger Reserves are in Kerala. Parambikulam was declared as a tiger reserve in 1902-2010. Parambikulam Reserve include Parambikulam Wildlife Sanctuary and Nenmara, Valachal and Chalakudi forest ranges. Next, let's learn about Project Elephant. Inspired by the success of Project Tiger, the Project Elephant was launched in 1991 to 1992 by the Ministry of Environment and Forests, Government of India, to save the elephant population of India. Karnataka was the first state to take up the salvaging operations for protecting the elephant populations of the state. Project Elephant aims at restoring the degraded and lost habitats of elephants, creation of new migration corridors, total prevention of human interventions and interference, and establishment of a database on the population dynamics of elephants. The major measures taken by Karnataka government was to restore the degraded and lost habitats of elephants, then creating new migratory corridors, total prevention of human interference, and establishment of a database on the population dynamics of elephants. Currently, there are 31 elephant reserves all over India. Of this, 4 are in Kerala. They are Periyar, Anamudi, Nilambur, and Wayanad. Periyar, Anamudi, Nilambur, and Wayanad. Now, Project Hangul. This project was launched in 1970 for the protection and conservation of Kashmir stag, Kashmir red deer. Due to poaching, habitat loss, and overgrazing by domestic cattle, the population of Kashmir stag fell to a critical level of 200 in 1970. Under the joint venture of IUCN, WWF, and the government of Jammu and Kashmir, the project Hangul was launched in 1970. It has yielded highly rewarding results, and the population of Kashmir stag is now well above 500. Gir Lion Sanctuary Project. This was launched in 1972 for the conservation of Asiatic lion, which is now confined to its last survival pocket in the Gir forest. Once the number of Gir lions fell to an alarmingly low level, and it was feared that they would be wiped in the near future. Unchecked hunting, poisoning, and poaching by man, depletion of prey species, starvation, epidemics, etc. were the main reasons for the malady. In 1972, the government of Gujarat prepared a scheme and proper guidelines for the management of the Gir Lion Sanctuary and also for the protection of Gir lions. The Union government extended liberal financial assistance for the project. The effort was highly successful and it produced fruitful results. Next is the Himalayan Musk Deer Project. Musk deer was once widely distributed throughout the Himalayan region. Widespread habitat destruction and continued persecution by man for musk caused a drastic decline in its population. As a juncture, a conservation project was launched at the Kedarnath Sanctuary under the auspices of Threatened Deer Program of the IUCN and also with the active cooperation of the Government of India. It has already produced promising results. Manipur Bro-antlered Deer Project. The Bro-antlered deer of Manipur is one of the rarest animals in the world. It is restricted to Kabul Lamjoa in the southeast corner of the Loktak Lake in Manipur. In 1977, its number reduced to an ever lowest level of 18. Consequently, in 1977, this area was declared a national park and conservation measures were initiated for its protection. Now, Project Crocodile. Project Crocodile or Crocodile Conservation Project is a joint venture of the Government of India, FAO, and the United Nations Development Programme. It was launched in India in 1975 to protect the Indian crocodiles from the threat of extinction. In the early 1970s, nearly 18 out of 20 old crocodilian species all the world over were under the serious threat of extinction, mainly due to massive hunting for their skin. The population of the three Indian species, Crocodilus porosus, Crocodilus palusistris, and the Galvanus gavialis gangeticus, also declined to an ominously low level. It was at this critical juncture that Project Crocodile was launched to save Indian crocodiles from a dismal fate. Which are the main objectives of the project? Protection of crocodiles in their natural habitats through the establishment of sanctuaries, large-scale captive multiplication of crocodilians, large-scale captive multiplication of crocodilians. Large-scale captive multiplication of crocodiles at the maximum possible rate through grow and release or rear and release operations, which involve the following steps or stages: collection of eggs from natural habitat as soon as they are laid, hatching of these eggs in artificial hatcheries under optimal conditions of temperature and humidity, rearing of the young ones under ideal captive conditions, releasing of the young ones into protected habitats, promotion of the captive breeding of crocodilians, popular participation of trained local people in the implementation of the project. Just as Project Tiger, Project Crocodile also has a highly successful story. Currently, thousands of crocodilians are brought into captive breeding in more than 30 rearing centers and more than 40 rearing centers and zoos in the different parts of the country. Also, more than 7,000 crocodiles can be restocked at a time for subsequent release for captive breeding. Apart from the captive multiplication and release of crocodilians, the project serves several other purposes also. Some of them are the following: fosters full-time research and extensive studies in the wildlife wing, especially about crocodilians; establishment of wetland sanctuaries with crocodilians as the flagship species, which demands the attention, and this in turn protects wetland habitats and other adjoining forest areas; management of non-crocodilian species such as mangrove flora, marine and freshwater turtles, otters, etc. Imparts technical training in wildlife conservation and sanctuary management to the personnel of the forest department and to volunteers of non-governmental organizations, imparting technical training. The Crocodile Research Center of the Wildlife Institute of India, Hyderabad, formerly known as Central Crocodile Breeding and Management Training Institute, plays a significant role in this regard. There is that Central Crocodile Breeding and Management Training Institute, Hyderabad, provides training and opportunities to the local villagers to be a part of the activities of the project, establishment of consultancies and wildlife based relationships with other countries. As a part of the crocodile conservation project, several rearing centers, releasing sites, and crocodile sanctuaries have been opened all over India. The major ones among them are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. In next one is the Project Tiger. Over the past 2 decades, sea turtle population has been under threat from fishing and egg predation by locals. As a result, the three species of protected sea turtles are now endangered species. With an effort to save them from extinction in the near future, volunteers are working along a 60-kilometer stretch of a beach in the south and north of Kadappura in Karnataka. Right now, the work is focused on sea turtle protection and conservation. The work involves surveys, data gathering and analysis, awareness generation among us, the local community, and within schools, harbors and fishing communities, building of hatcheries, opening of temporary information centers, etc. are also parts of the program. The project also seeks to focus on raising awareness among the general public, fishermen communities, and in schools about the importance of turtles in the biodiversity. The functioning of Project Turtle is seasonal, and it starts in August and runs until February, only for 6 months. Minimum commitment is 1 month. The project starts on the first Monday of every month.